Welcome to the ADHD Mind, a space for ADHD, creativity, and personal development. I recently came across a great article from Attitude Magazine on living with ADHD that I'm excited to share with you all today. Tips for a happier life with ADHD. The more we understand ourselves, which is self-awareness, and appreciate the way we are, which is self-acceptance, the easier it is to maximize our strengths and create workarounds where needed. Our ability to strategize and take effective action depends on understanding and working with the way we think and the way our brains work. ADHD self-awareness begins with honesty. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges, who you are and aren't, what you are likely to do or not, how you work versus how you wish you worked. Without self-awareness, you are more likely to build a life or use strategies that do not work for you. When you are fully aware of who you are and how you work best, you can develop strategies to maximize your strengths and compensate for your ADHD struggles. I struggle with ADHD daily, but somehow in my magical thinking, I expect myself to perform like a neurotypical person does on the most productive days. Most of the time, if I cannot meet that high standards I set for myself, I tend to beat myself up, getting frustrated with myself. Why can't I just get it done while it seems so easy to other people? After realizing how unrealistic my expectations were, I came to accept the fact that this is how my brain works. Either I find ways to work around it or keep wishing I were somebody else and feeling defeated every time. It is not an easy process, and I'm still striving to be a better version of myself every day. Practice ADHD self-acceptance. You may not like everything about yourself, but when you accept who you are, how you think, and the way you do things, you are more likely to get things done. Let go of how you think you should be. What the author said in the article really resonated with me. If you follow the self-improvement space, you probably heard it so many times that the key to success is consistency. However, with ADHD, it is so difficult to stay consistent. Oftentimes, our ADHD brains cause us to go off track multiple times along the way, and we have to pick ourselves up and try again. Does it mean if I can't be consistent, what's the point of trying? I won't succeed anyway. It's a waste of time. That's how your black and white thinking is tricking you into giving up. Forget about consistency if you cannot maintain it no matter how hard you try. Instead of making your routines perfect, think of it this way. One tiny step you can take in a day is better than no steps at all. If there's no action, there won't be any changes. Any type of action, no matter how small it is better than no action at all. It can be so easy for us to fall into the all or nothing thinking trap, which can hamper our progress. Let's say I set my goal for this year to exercise more to improve my overall physical and mental health. And I committed to my goal every day for 2 weeks straight without fail. I was so proud of myself. Then somehow I stopped for a week. A week turned into a month, and it went on from there. I got so disappointed in myself again and thought, that's so typical of me. I can't stick to anything. Why bother? I'm such a failure. Many of us, including myself, are so used to feeding our brains with these kinds of narratives, which are so full of shame and guilt, that they keeps us from moving forward or making any changes to our lives. I then had to remind myself, focus on what you can do today. Doesn't matter if it's only a 5 or 10 minutes walk, it still counts. Don't worry about tomorrow. It hasn't come yet. What happens tomorrow is not within your control right now. Self-acceptance doesn't mean being complacent with yourself. It means you accept what you can and cannot control. Spend your time and energy on what you can control and let go of the rest. Strategize for success. Change happens when strategies are clear and realistic, objectives are specific, and goals are achievable. What is one small step I can take today that can lead to a better me tomorrow? For example, instead of setting a goal to exercise every day for 1 hour, which may seem overwhelming, you can set a smaller, more achievable goal. Try to get at least 5 to 10 minutes of exercise per day. Set a goal so tiny that you cannot fail. Once you see some progress, no matter how small it may seem, it will keep you motivated and continue building upon these positive habits that you want. Another example, if you find yourself constantly being late for work in the morning, and no matter how hard you try to wake up earlier, you still ended up being late, maybe you try this. Instead of setting a goal too vague, be it work on time or wake up earlier, try setting a goal for yourself to leave the house no later than 8 a.m., for example, so you can be at work by 9 a.m. Whatever activities that you find taking up a lot of your time in the morning, you can be aware of that or do it the night before if possible, so that you can stick to leaving the house by 8 a.m. The better you know yourself, the easier it is to develop ADHD-friendly strategies that work with your brain. Thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel for more content on ADHD, creativity, and personal development. I'll see you in the next video.